Alright, offline review for Red Cat. Um, I know you messaged me and asked me to listen to the comms. That's just not gonna happen. I mean, it's instead of me watching it like how I normally watch all my VODs, skipping through this because otherwise I would just have to have my hands off the keyboard and just be watching you kill Blue. Now I'm gonna watch you kill Gromp. I just, you know, so it's not 23 minutes of 24 minutes watching. It's 24 minutes plus I have to then look back to be specific. It just doesn't make any sense. Also, when it comes to the thought process, I know your raw process. If you skip wolves to gank bot, I know it's because you think bot's gankable. I don't need to hear why. You might be like, oh, because bot's immobile, or because Soraka just got chunked. I know that it's obvious. Like a lot of times, you don't even have to say why this thing. I can usually guess what you're doing based off your actions. You know what I mean? So it's not really necessary. There was like really specific points that you wanted to look at. You should DM me the timestamp, and then I could look at like a 30-second audio point 3 times in the game. That's chill. But just for me to watch this on 0x speed, 24 minutes to hope to God that you talk. Let me just did I hear you talking? No, all I hear is music, bro. You didn't have music in the background. So asking me to listen to you talk is insane. I have to comb through the music and hear your voice. It's just like, you know what I mean? But it's all good. I'm only talking to this so casually because obviously you come to group sessions every day and you're in my stream. That's why I'm so casual with this. Otherwise, I would just move on. Anyway, so full clear up. I don't need to hear your thought process. I know why you did this. Balina, Zyra, Lulu. It's kind of AFK. Top is Tryndamere, Kayle. If I had to guess, I haven't seen the tap press. I'm just going to bet money that either Tryndamere or Kayle has Igniter Ghost, not TP. Most likely the Tryndamere. That's just purely guessing. You think about crossing for Mark, but you realize you won't be there in time, so you just keep full clearing. I'm just gonna pause when you press tab here. Yeah, I was right. They both exhaust and ghost, so obviously that's why you clear top. I don't need to hear your top process to know that. Bot's fighting. Decided to just continue your full clear. Full HP. No point to W. Maybe you might be like, oh, no point not to, but like you're already full. What if their jungle randomly decides to invade you right now? You'd want to have your W up for the fight, right? It's just pointless. You're also just eating your mana. You don't have blue buff anymore. Yes, in the jungle we have higher mana regen, but there's no reason to deplete it, right? Tracking him, nice. Keep full clearing. There's really nothing to do but full clear. No lane's gankable. Here we have free time, so we look. Not because it's a high, not because it's a high chance gank or anything. There's just literally nothing better to do. Technically you could base right away, so you're on time. You're gonna be on time for blue and grot no matter what. But technically, if you base right now, you'll be on time for scuttle. So I actually think that there actually because you got skull RNG on bot side, there actually is a reason to. Normally we would what you're doing here is normal. Since this guy is so ungankable and you actually RNG'd bot crab, I think you should just insta base. Because if you insta base, you actually will be there on time for a crab spawn. But now he died, so it won't matter. But he did have a. If he started the crab right on spawn and right now, he would actually technically have time to kill it before you got there. So in this case, it wouldn't matter because he died. But normally, I think you want to recall from top lane way earlier to not even risk the chance of him getting it, right? You know he cleared downwards here, so if you're blue and Grump up, you can assume that he's on his blue and Grump. That's why you're pulling Dragon. Again, I don't need to hear your thought process to know that's why you're doing it. So now you should know that he is faster than you. Like normally you both be on blue right now. He's probably already he's already on bot side. There you go. So you're here to defend the dive. Looks like they don't need your help, so you just keep clearing. You realize that you can actually clean up because they got low, so you come clean up. Did you do that? Did you W here poorly? Q E auto. Did you even? I can't even see. I can't even tell. Whatever. Okay, you got 2 kills. Do you need a flash for this guy? I think just keep chasing. Like here you flash. If you look at when you flash here, you still have 3/4 of your ult, right? Like it's only 1/4. So I think just keep chasing, keep chasing, keep chasing. And I think it comes to a point where if he's like here and you're like here and your ult's like running out like it's 3/4, then the flash doesn't make a difference. But I think when you still have half of your ult, more than half your ult, you have 75%, you could just keep chasing with ult. And at the very end, if you think you can't catch him up, then you'll flash. Otherwise, just keep doing your ult. We talked about this in the past where I feel like you're not using your ult to chase down people, you're only using it to fight. But your ult should be used as a chase down tool. You have no boots and you have 466 movement speed. That's you're really fast. So I think you should be using your ult to catch people off more or like chase them down. I think there's a good chance I think you'd be able to you'd still kill her and keep her flash. You might take a 1 or 2 tower shots chasing her in, but that's completely worth your flash. It's not like you're gonna die anyways, right? You notice top's fighting, so you come by. Don't think you should Q. Just a scale ult. Then you should hold your Q after kill ult. Is like execution based, right? Try to get the kill with your Q. But it's still really good. Double kill. Really happy. Got first dragon, got 3 grubs, got a bunch of kills and assists. You're gonna base after Krugs. I would just do Krugs too. Why not? You're already up here. In my head, if you're gonna base for tempo, you just base right now. Don't even do rebuff. Just base insta base, right? But otherwise, if you're gonna stay for a camp, just stay for 2 camps, right? It's not like that red buff gave you anything item wise. Look, you got 91 gold. That red buff gave you probably exactly 90 gold. So you could have based and bought these exact same items after Scuttle. But if you want to stay for the, you know, if you're gonna base for tempo, base instantly. If you're not, just be greedy and take the extra camp, right? It doesn't make any sense to spend 20 seconds looping just for 1 camp. You're like, oh, it's red buff, bro. But this red buff is. Let's see if you actually use the red buff slow by the time you the next fight. You know? No, red buff is already 3/4 gone by the time you finally use it. You know? Wait, let's watch this. Boom, just clear up. Raptors. You're playing for top dive because you see top's low. That's why you're skipping Krug. I don't need to hear your top presses. Makes sense. You're gonna full clear up. You notice that top's really low. You know kill ult's still down. So you're playing for dive. I think you're having really bad attention to the wave. If Trinimir is able to get the wave in, yes, you're playing for dive. Since Trinimir is not able to get the wave in because he's playing melee into range with no ult, you have to just go for a gank. So this is bad map awareness and just bad brain. Alright, you should realize melee champ cannot get wave in versus range champion, and you'd be here way earlier. Yeah, I think you being here even 10 seconds earlier would make it so Kindra's not in time to defend her. Like, you'd be killing her right now. Kindra's too far to defend, so that mistake actually cost you a lot. I think also, if you're going for this gank or fight with the premonition that Kayle no ult, then you should just, the second you see Kindred, you should just insta ult on her. Insta boom, insta ult. Insta Q, or insta just ult and go for autos. You shouldn't really care about Kindred ult because you'll just see you counter Kindred because you'll just save the second Kindred ult's about to expire, you Q, and then you're gonna Q is gonna do damage once Kindred ult expires, and you're still gonna be invulnerable. You're gonna Q auto W auto, right? So you shouldn't care about Kindred ult. You're only going for that gank off the premise that Kayle has no ult. If you think Kayle has ult, then you shouldn't even go for this gank. You should just do Krugs, base, and then play for the red, right? Or you could just do Raptors here. You could do like that red spawning. You could do Raptors, Krugs, base, or you could just do Raptors and then walk for invade. Where you see red spawning in 30 seconds, you obviously hard 1v1 versus Kindred. It's not even close. So, no, 3 options. You go top because you think Kayle no ult. You go Krugs into base, or you go Raptors into red. 3 options. You went for option 1, which is fine, but if you went for option 1, then you shouldn't hesitate fighting here because you're doing this with the intention to kill ults down. And if you think kill ults up, then you have Krug option and invade red buff option are both way better. So I think you just wasted a bunch of time. You got the dragon at least, that's good. You see bots fighting, so you come hover. I like how you hold your ult. You don't need it. I don't know why the fuck you just flashed. No idea. And you're like, oh, it's to see my teammates? Is your flash... If Kindred gets 1 kill, she gets 300 gold. Is your flash worth 300 gold? No. I don't know why you flashed. I have no idea why you flashed. It's so bad. Okay, not sure why you're scared. Just run at him. What are you scared of, Malzahar? If you think Malzahar's coming, then why are you even invading to begin with? Just base. It's the same logic as before. If you're going top because you think kill no ult, then fight. And if you're like, oh, I don't want to fight because kill has ult, then why are you even going top? Same logic here. If you're invading because you think you're stronger, you don't care about Malz, then invade. And if you do care about Malz, then why are you even invading? Just base. You have 2,000 gold. Just base to go to bot crab, right? So either go all the way or don't go at all. You keep doing these like half things, or you're thinking about going, but then you don't, and then ends up just wasting a lot of time. Okay. Bad reaction speed. That guy showed as he queued. So it won't matter though. Did you miss that? I think you missed it. Did you? Let's see. Yeah, you should not mistime that. Was something crazy? No, you don't. No, you didn't mistime it. You got it. You did it. You did it. You did it. Okay, never mind. Okay, bye, full item. I know you want why you want to. You wanted to base on full rage blade, and you were like 300 gold off. I understand. Walks into you. She should just die. You don't need to ult. Now when it's gonna expire, just Q. Yeah. Oh. Then you save your E. Because you could just kill this guy with just autos and Q and W. Don't need the E. And then you'd save your E for the ult, and then that would kill her. Right. E damage would kill here. Yeah. It's just you didn't have E. That's it. Just need to save your E. You don't need your E to pop her ult. Or if you want to guarantee it, at the very start you'd ult her, and then save your E. If you're like, oh, I don't think I could get her with just QW, with no E, then you just do RQ, and then you could definitely save your E for. Then you definitely can save your E for her thing. Not sure why you're prioritizing Herald over Dragon when you have 3 dragons, and it's not like your bot's losing. Before Zyra died, your Zyra is 6, 3, 6, and this guy's 6, 1, 9. These guys are combined score 12, 4, 15. That's a pretty strong fucking lane. Your bot lane is arguably stronger than top and mid, right? So I mean, their enemy bot is 4 and fucking 12. I don't know. Well, their top side is 1 and 7. I don't know. You get that idea? Like, I think your bot lane is strong. I don't know why you decided to give Dragon for Grub for Herald here, right? Even opening base, I don't know why you're clearing down. I mean, clearing up, I would clear down. Like, Dragon spawning 15, why are you going here? I would go, like, Raptors, Red, Wolves, Gromp thing. I think this is really bad opening to bot side. You just clear down, play for Dragon. Your bot's winning. You have 2 dragons. Why would you ever decide to try to give this third one to trade? Again, you want to trade when you're behind to catch back up or get a lead. The scoreboard is 10 to 24. You have a lead. You are stronger. Right? Why would you ever go to the trade line? You do this thing a lot of times, or sometimes I compliment for you, where you decide to split push and trade and farm up, but you do this in game when games are either losing or even. You do not do this when you're ahead, and but you have it as a habit where you always want to split push no matter what in mid game. Like this going to Herald into top lane is like a split push like subconsciously, you know. But but why, right? Why not team fight? If you actually look at it, your bot lane has the biggest lead out of everyone. You can see it by items. Look at this. So top is item and a half to item. Jungle is 2 items to 2 items. Mid is item and a half to item and a half. Bot lane is the biggest gap, 2 items to 1 item and a half. Your bot lane is the only lane that has an actual item lead out of every lane in the game, even including you, right? So I think giving that third dragon is really bad. Again, I understand, like, on E, it's always good to give objective for gold, but I think that only aligns to when the game's neutral or behind, not when you're winning. And I think you guys are hard winning here. And you need to get your license. I know you're 17, but when you get that license. Look at you. You're prioritizing too much on hitting him, bro. If I had a choice to hit him or hit the tower, I'd hit the tower. If I could try to do both, two together, sure, but you're being too greedy. Just hit the fucking tower. Another thing about doing Herald over Dragon is when you do Herald Dragon, you kind of put yourself in a position where you need the play to work because you lost Dragon for this Herald play. So you're like, damn, I need to get a lot of gold from this Herald, or I'm gonna feel bad about giving it. So you're forcing yourself to go for more aggressive plays than you normally wouldn't. If you got third dragon, you don't have to dive bot, you don't have to hit tower. You could just full clear the rest of the game and have your hands off your keyboard. Nice, I have a 23-minute soul with my name on it. I don't have to do anything to push the game forward. But right now, you feel a I need to push the game forward, which is making you go for these bad plays where you end up dying and all this random shit happens, right? I like this dragon pull, really good. I like you're sneaking in with 2 people, they're not expecting it. You get a 21-minute Baron, and the game basically ends like that. Anytime you get a Baron this early, the game just becomes so easy to play and so hard for the enemies. And I assume you guys just kill them once and then enemy team FFs. Yeah, and then you win the game. Not a bad game. I think we talked about mechanics a bit. I think the Dragon for Herald is probably the biggest point. What else? I think there's another point I forgot. I think the early game full clearing was really good. Um, Like the scuttle was bad. I think the dragon pull is really good from you. And all the other things are like you guys like it's a bitsy. Like you're going top and like a lot of like mid game stuff. Like you need to just make a plan and stick with it. But you keep kind of doing wishy washy. Like you go top because you think you can fight kill, but then you see Kindred and you get scared off, right? Either if you're gonna go top, then you should have already thought about Kindred being there or Kale auto blah blah blah. And then if you are scared of it, then you shouldn't even be here. You should be doing better things like invading red buff or starting dragon on spawn. You could be on dragon uh like earlier. You could be invading his red buff right now, and the second you kill red buff, then immediately gank balling from behind like this. Kill red buff right now, boom, and then immediately gank from behind, double kill, and then pull dragon off it, guaranteed dragon, right? So I think that'd be more decisive. And if you're scared of going top, then then don't go top and then call it off. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, if you have any questions, DM me on Discord like always. Bye bye.